It had started out as a fairly typical Tuesday. James had spent the afternoon in the garden, tending his potted plants, when there was an almighty screech. A thud, turning towards the back fence, beyond which was a noisy dual carriageway. James spied something sailing through the air. Almost comically, it rolled across the lawn towards his ankles. A human head. James fought the impulse to scream. Kneeling down, he prodded it with his trowel. It rocked lightly. Taking off his gardening gloves, he prodded it with a cautious finger. It was still warm. Nope, James thought, retreating indoors. Surely the police will come, he speculated, watching it through the back window. But an hour passed, then several more. It grew dark. Then it began to rain. James sighed. Grabbing a plastic bag and a stick, he jabbed the head inside and placed it in a box on the dining room floor. He felt tired. It was gone midnight. He needed to sleep, but he couldn't. He just lay there, thinking about the head in the box. What if it started to rot? He worried. Clearing a shelf in the fridge, he shoved the box inside and crawled back to bed. James, a voice said. James. He woke up feeling awful. His mouth was like a gulch. Sliding on his slippers, James slumped into the kitchen and opened the fridge. Morning, a muffled voice said. As James reached for the orange juice, James yelped. Then he laughed. You're mad, he thought to himself. But the box was still in the fridge. He took it out and placed it on the little table, which hadn't been used since James' father had died. He'd been a bit of a mess. Gingerly, he took the head out the box and unwrapped it. Placing it on the table, he watched it, expecting it to talk. But of course it didn't. Then he got the fright of his life as it piped up. Fuck me, I'm freezing. For the next few weeks, James and the head got on like old friends. He'd been desperately lonely since his dad's passing, so it was nice to have some company again. But slowly at first, then more rapidly, the head had started to decompose, and with that, its ability to converse diminished. You need to get back out there, Booty. Fuh you, Dad. Butte mostly. Fuh you, self. The head slurred. James felt tears stinging his eyes. He knew what to do. After a quick Google, James found out about the accident. About the family whose son had been buried without a head. Frank, his name was, so he wrapped Frank's head up neatly and strapped him securely into his car. Then, under cover of darkness, he took Frank home. Goodbye, James whispered, his cheeks wet with tears as he deposited the box. I will try to be happier, Frank, I promise.